I tell you guys a lot that one thing that I despise, absolutely despise, is somebody who you can see with your eyes that has never missed a meal that can starve a baby to death. It's just flat out inexcusable. I think it needs to be punished in the harshest way. But the person that you guys see on my screen, we're going to talk about her. Maybe you've never been to my channel, but let me give you a disclaimer real quick. Some viewers may find the following content offensive and controversial. The information in this video comes from multiple sources, including court records, official police charges, news web articles, and interviews. This video commentary also contains my personal opinions about the facts of this story. The point is to use this story as a cautionary tale in hopes of preventing tragedies like these to children going forward. Viewer discretion is advised. That is your official disclaimer. And so thank you for this news article. We're about to read here. West Virginia is taking an L, and a West Virginia mother has been arrested in connection with the death of her teenage daughter, who you guys saw on the screen just a second ago, who was found emaciated to a skeleton state at the family home. She was basically skin and bones, and that is horrific. I don't even want to see the pictures. I could just use my imagination. I don't even want to. Julie Ann Stone Miller, with all these names and all of that extra skin right there. That's her name. She's allegedly 49 years old. She looks older. Of Morrisville, was charged with felony child neglect causing death, according to WSAZ. Boone County Sheriff Chad Barker said deputies were dispatched to the home to investigate what they thought was a cardiac arrest death, whereupon they found the body of a 14-year-old girl on the bathroom floor. Another bathroom story. Investigators described the girl's body as emaciated to a skeletal state. That is about as bad as it gets for a 14-year-old. A criminal complaint stated investigators interviewing the victim's grandmother, who stated Julie Miller was the primary caregiver and that the girl, known as the initials KM, had an eating disorder which dated back for several years and hadn't eaten for months, which I doubt that. Absolutely highly doubt that. The relative who lived at the address further told investigators the child's health had been in decline for months or years. In the past 4 to 5 days, her physical condition had become so bad she was unable to function on her own. How many of y'all think that that's total BS? Because I do. I do. KM's physical appearance was shocking, with an obvious emaciated skeletal state, read the complaint, according to WV Metro News. But there was more. The grandmother also stated that the teen was not attending school and hadn't been in school since late 2019 or 2020. The fact that they don't even know is egregious in itself. And hadn't been outside the house for more than a couple of times in the past 4 years. With overwhelmingly visible conditions of KM's body and the clear and distinct physical problems, Miller failed to obtain any medical treatment for KM for at least the last 4 years. I think that should get you a life sentence. That is intent. That is cruel, and that is highly unusual. It is believed that this neglect caused the death of this 14-year-old girl with the initials KM. No reports of school truancy for the missing girl were ever filed. Julie Miller remained at the Southwestern Regional Jail on a $250,000 cash bond only. Authorities said that the investigation is ongoing and there could be additional charges, which we hope to get so. The girl's body was scheduled for autopsy Thursday at the medical examiner's office, so there probably might be some blunt force trauma involved, but at least we know that she was starved to death. Let me give you guys the fair usage. That's such a sad thing to happen for that angel. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. If y'all can, do me a favor, a simple way to support this channel, just hit the thumbs up, leave a comment. You can even share it. But let's hear this baby's story.
This is a photo of Kennedy Miller while she attended Brookview Elementary in Boone County.
She was a beautiful girl, so smart and so funny, and just when you saw Emma, you saw Kennedy. When you saw Kennedy, you saw Emma.
That's Julie Ann Stone Miller's first cousin, Jessica Stone. Julie Miller is charged in connection with her daughter's death. Jessica Stone says they vacationed with Kennedy, and she always loved singing.
And of course, we will beat ourselves up to the day that I die for not kicking that door down and demanding to see her.
Jessica Stone says for years they asked about Kennedy and claims CPS and law enforcement were asked to check on her. Eyewitness News is working to confirm that information from authorities, Stone adding she's trying to think of the fun memories. According to a criminal complaint, Miller's grandmother told deputies she hadn't attended school since late 2019 or early 2020. Teacher Amber Coakley says she first met Kennedy Miller when she auditioned for a music solo at Brookview.
Because I just adored her voice so much, and it's something I saved as an educator to show future students this is how you do it.
Other teachers told us off camera she was smart, vibrant, and happy. The community now coming together and sharing their memories, but also processing the loss.
I don't think I still haven't. I don't know how you do that. I just, as a mother myself, I just can't even.
We begin tonight with a developing story out of Boone County, where a mother is facing charges in connection with the death of her
resulting in death.
Upon arrival, the child was located deceased in a bathroom of the residence.
In an interview with the 14-year-old's grandmother, deputies found out the teen had not been outside of the home more than 2 times in the last 4 years and has not attended school in at least 4 years. According to the family, the teen has had an eating disorder for several years and has not eaten in months.
At the home was the victim, the mother, and 2 grandparents.
Deputies described the teen's appearance as shocking. According to the criminal complaint, the grandmother reports the child had not been able to function on her own in a reported 4 to 5 days due to her physical state. Deputies stated the child's mother, Julie Miller, failed to get her daughter any medical treatment for the last 4 years.
The deputies have been unable to locate any records at this point to show any medical treatment or any official diagnosis of that medical disorder.
WSAZ asked multiple questions about previous 911 calls, CPS calls, and documentation of truancy within the school system. Do you know of any 911 calls that were made regarding the home before yesterday?
That's part of our record search, and we don't have any at this point.
Was there any reason the truancy laws were not followed to be in school?
Causing death after the girl apparently died from starvation. Bob Aaron explains the investigation is far from over.
Deputies found the body, identified only as 14-year-old KM, in a bathroom of this house in Morrisville Wednesday after someone in the home called 911. Deputies suspect she starved to death. Her mother, 49-year-old Julie Ann Stone Miller of Morrisville, and the child's grandparents were in the house with the body. Now only the mother faces the criminal charge of felony child neglect causing death.
We're still early on in the investigation. The mother was a primary caregiver. The child was in the custody of the mother. So we're still very early on, but that's why the mother was charged at this point.
Court documents say the grandmother told deputies the child was out of public school since at least 2020, had a serious eating disorder, hadn't eaten properly in months, and had not been able to function for 4 to 5 days. Looking at court documents, the criminal complaint against the mother paints a picture that is disturbingly accurate. A veteran criminal investigator called the child's appearance shocking with an obvious emaciated skeletal state.
Our thoughts and prayers go out, to the victim and to her family and to her friends. A very, very traumatic situation, not only for the family, friends, and the neighbors, but the first responders who were there as well, with fire EMS and the deputy sheriffs that were there. It's a tough, we see a lot of things and we deal with a lot of things, but sometimes things are pretty rough.
Deputies indicate they have found no evidence medical help was sought before it was too late. Child neglect death carries a potential prison term of 3 to 15 years. In Boone County, Bob Aaron, Eyewitness News.
And that's just not enough. Like I said, you're talking about perpetuating the death of this baby. That's unforgivable, and there's no amount of time in prison that would ever be sufficient for taking this child's life. Young Princess, R.I.P. I wish she had a better mother, a better example for a parent, better living conditions, better grandparents, somebody who actually cared about her. Where's the biological father? We don't even know, and you don't hear about biological fathers because in our society, too many of our children are being raised with no dad in the household. We're doing this baby mama, baby daddy thing, and the kid automatically is in mama's possession and dad is out doing whatever, whether it's working or not supporting the kid or supporting the kid from a distance. We need more nuclear families, mothers and fathers and children raised in the household. Otherwise, why are we having kids? Stop having kids just to collect benefits off of these kids, okay? Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you.